Hey everyone, welcome back to the AWESMR Pop channel. Today we are literally going to make something that you can pop, and it's going to be amazing. We're making edible water balloons. This is going to be so much fun! But before we jump into it, if you're new to this channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any awesome videos. So to make our water balloons edible, we're going to be using Gatorade, and we have a bunch of different flavors here. You'll also need sodium alginate and calcium lactate. Oh, I know, big fancy words, but don't be afraid of them. You'll also need a scale. It'll make your life easier, but if you don't have one, I'll give you a rough measurement as well. Okay, so let's start by putting a blending cup on the scale, and we're gonna pour in the red Gatorade first. We need 400 grams. Now, if you don't have a scale, that's about 1 2/3 cups of Gatorade. Oh, ours is a little over. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we need to add sodium alginate. So we need 4 grams, but if you don't have a scale, just use a teaspoon. It should be perfect. Yep. By the way, you do need a blender for this. I'm using a magic bullet. I think you can use a shaker if you have one, but I'm not entirely sure, so do use a blender if you do have one. So you just want to blend the Gatorade and the sodium alginate. Make sure you don't blend too much. You don't want to over blend it. After you blend it up, you just want to put your Gatorade into a bowl. So you see all of these bubbles? You have to let this sit until all the bubbles go away. They should go away pretty quickly, but it could also take an hour or two if you overmix your solution. Yikes! Now let's do the same thing with the orange Gatorade. Add the sodium alginate. Blend it up. Pour this into a bowl. It looks like orange juice with a lot of pulp. I think I overmixed my solution a bit, so mine's going to take a little longer. Just blended the yellow Gatorade. Now let's pour this into a bowl as well. And you guys get the picture, right? Alright, so after you've blended all of your Gatorade flavors with sodium alginate, during the setting process, once you start seeing your bubbles disappear, you want to get the next step ready. Pour 400 grams of water into your blender. If you're using the same blender, make sure you wash it really well. You don't want the calcium and sodium mixing during this part. Also, when you're using water, avoid tap water. Use distilled or purified water. Now let's add 4 grams of calcium lactate into the water as well. Okay, mix this up. Pour this into another bowl. So if you're using a magic bullet, do this twice. 400 grams isn't enough, so you're going to need 800 grams for this one. Alright, now it's time to get started. This bowl right here is just purified water to clean the water balloons later. You're going to need an ice cream scoop. Dip it into the bowl with calcium lactate. Now let's grab 1 scoop of the Gatorade. And then you want to dip your scoop back into the calcium lactate bowl. Let it sit in the bowl for about 15 seconds, and then your water balloon should form. Before making a new water balloon, rinse the scoop, and then follow the same steps as before. This is pretty awesome, right? So to finish this up, you want to carefully grab the water balloon and then rinse it in the bowl with just water. There we go. After you let it soak in the water for a bit, you can take it out and your edible water is ready. The 2 solutions created this amazing water balloon. It's super jiggly and it won't break if you tap it. But if you give it a squeeze, all that liquid inside just pops out. Pretty awesome, right? If you are going to squeeze this at home, make sure you're not doing it on carpet. Okay, now let's make the orange. It kind of looks like an egg yolk. Now let's make a green one. Alright, now let's rinse these in the water bowl. Now we'll make a few more colors, and then we'll play with the balloons and do a little taste test. Ooh, these look cool. Alright, move the last few water balloons into the water bowl. Okay, these have all been chilling inside the water bowl for a bit. Now they're ready to play with and eat. I thought it would be really cool if you use these for a water balloon fight, but I feel like they'll burst right when you throw it, huh? Maybe not a good idea. So feel-wise, it feels like a Ziploc bag filled with water. The inside liquid feels really gooey. It's not really sticky or anything like that, but I'm really curious about the taste. So if you make a bunch of these edible water balloons, they would be a fun summer treat to have with your friends. It can get messy though, so make sure you're not wearing anything expensive. Okay, I'm just gonna lay these all out. Alright, so here's the orange and blue edible water balloons. Some of these pop really easily, and some of these are actually pretty strong. Not sure why. Maybe it's based off the scoop size, or maybe some of these stayed inside the calcium lactate longer? I don't know. Now I'll just show these off a bit more. By the way, realized it was going to be too messy to eat these in front of a camera, so I did it off camera. So taste-wise, maybe it's because of the water, but you get a very light Gatorade taste. It's still good, and it also feels pretty mushy when the water balloon pops in your mouth. Almost like a runny egg yolk. I think that's the best way to explain it. Anyways, it's fun to eat and super fun to make, so definitely give it a try. AWESMR Pop fans! Thank you so much for watching. We can't do this without you. If you're new to the channel and became a fan, click that subscribe button for more awesome stuff. And if you want to be the first person to watch our next video, hit that notification bell to have a chance. See ya!